So you'll actually have 2 doses of goodness coming at me this weekend. You'll have my King of the Ring prediction, which you are having right now, and you will have my Queen of the Ring predictions, which will be out tomorrow. Exciting times. Happy to see these coming back. Hello and welcome to FTTR. I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about King of the Ring. Now, before we dive into that, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts in the comments below who you think should win King of the Ring as we dive into this topic, as it was recently unveiled in a report that 2 pay-per-views will be making a return in May, one of which Backlash and one of which is King of the Ring / Queen of the Ring. And we're going to talk about the latter. We're going to talk about King of the Ring, because who doesn't love a one-night tournament? It'd be exciting to get both these on the same night. Maybe they'll be done one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday, potentially. But you could probably squeeze them into 3 hours, potentially. And I think that's really exciting. I'm really excited to see if this happens. Now, this is just a report. It might not be true, in which case this video is completely redundant. But shall we dive into it anyway? We are starting off with my number 5, because my number 5 pick is in fact someone who is not currently with the company, but I think will be on their way to the company very soon, and that is you know it, Matt Cardona. I think he'd be a great fit for King of the Ring, depending on what sort of guys he comes in with. If he's the very cocky, arrogant heel, akin to sort of LA Knight, I think he'd be really, really good winning King of the Ring and being that sort of smarky heel. I think he'd be really good with that. As a babyface, I think he'd be good as well. But again, I think like coming in with the gimmick potentially of King of the Indies, and now you're going to win King of the Ring in WWE, I think that's a terrific way to go with Matt Cardona, and having him maybe go up against Cody on like a B show. That'd be a pretty interesting main event for the title. King Cardona versus WWE champion Cody Rhodes. That sells itself. Coming in at number 4, we have Tommaso Ciampa. Now, talk about someone who could do wonders with a tournament as either a good guy or a bad guy. Now, Ciampa is naturally a bad guy. His NXT run has proved everything we need to know about him in terms of him being a heel. He is one of the best in the business, and having him dominate his way through this tournament and cement himself as a top player by just rinsing absolutely everybody on his way to the title, and maybe coming into blows with, like a Johnny Gargano or someone like that in the tournament, I think it'd just be really, really good. Ciampa would do really well just as a hardened blackheart badass, walking around like, yeah, I won that tournament. What are you going to do? Like, I think that just suits him so well, and especially if you ditch the kingly gimmicky stuff, I think it'd be a really good shot in the arm for Ciampa when he comes back from injury, and could propel him into that main event scene. Coming in at number 3, someone else who knows their way around tournaments and knows their way about running through them, Gunther. Now, Gunther is not my number 1. He was going to be my number 1, but I had 2 other choices that I wanted to put in there instead. This could be, like, we know how good he is. We've seen him in the Royal Rumble. To just add more and more accolades to Gunther, because clearly Triple H loves Gunther, I love Gunther, everyone loves Gunther. They managed to get over the Gunther name, which back in, 2021, we didn't think was possible. Thought he was a nail in the coffin for Gunther, but he is genuinely one of their top attractions right now. His Intercontinental title run is flawless, to say the least. Having him dominate his way through a tournament, like I just said about Ciampa, could be magic, absolute magic, and then lead to a big, beefy, that's how you do it, that's how you reunite the two, Sheamus Gunther 3, I think. Sheamus Gunther 3 as the King of the Ring final. Ooh, that'd just be tasty, absolutely tasty. And I'd love to actually see Gunther just trash everything. So say they try and give him the robe, the crown and everything. He gets Imperium to destroy the throne, destroy the cape. Like, no, I want my title shot. I'm not here for the gimmicks. The mat is sacred. I just want my title shot against potentially Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns, whatever happens at Mania. it'd be just, again, I'm just fantasy booking and all that, but that's what this video is. So yeah, Gunther is my number 3. Coming in at number 2, this was a tricky one. I was torn. There were 2 people who I think this could have been. For me, I'm going to edge it out to Bron Breakker. Now, why I think Bron Breakker? Because he's going to need a shot in the arm when he comes to the main roster. He's not as over, in my opinion, as like the other NXT call-ups were, like Nakamura or Balor or I'm blanking on any that were remotely over. Bobby Roode, potentially. I'd have to go back and watch that. Not a lot of NXT call-ups are that over. Let's put it that way, when they are transferred fully over to the main roster. So Bron Breakker winning the King of the Ring tournament and them proceeding to put him on like a rookie year, similar to what Kurt Angle had. Maybe not leading to the WWE title or anything, but having a good US title run. I think that'd suit him really well. And just chipping away to make him the granite statue of what a WWE wrestler should be, because there's a lot of potential in Bron Breakker. There really, really is. And I think he could be one of the faces of WWE. Like, I get he was sort of Vince's pet project, and NXT 2.0 wanted to build the brand around him, which they have done to an extent. But I think you could really do something with him in a tournament and sort of testing his limits on this new field, having him go up against guys like Drew, maybe inching out a win over Drew, inching out a win over Sheamus, and then it comes down to him and, I don't know, Gunther, or maybe even Edge or someone like that, where he really has to test himself. I think that could be a really good underdog story, rookie story of him coming up from NXT and proving he's not developmental anymore. I think that's nice. We haven't really seen that from stars, like transferring over in that regard. So I'd love to see that with Bron Breakker. And coming in at number 1 is my boy. My boy needs something. He needs something that can really cement him on the main roster, because his main roster run has not been great. Number 1 for me is Johnny Gargano. Now, Johnny Gargano is one of my favourite wrestlers in the world. He had a terrific show in the Elimination Chamber, and he's the underdog who can easily run the gauntlet. He could get injured in the first match, go all the way to the end, outlast everybody, have a brutal match with the likes of Gunther or Sheamus or Drew or someone huge, someone a lot bigger than him, and have this incredible underdog story. I think it'd be really, really good to get Johnny Gargano over by having him have banger and banger and banger and banger on the same night to really get fans invested in him, because that's what he needs. He needs that backing of getting people behind him, and I think King of the Ring could do wonders for him. It could spur a heel turn, make him go back to that sort of comedy heel that he was in the way, or it could further a babyface push where he goes and tests himself again by winning the tournament and challenging for the Universal Championship. I just think it'd be great. I think Gargano really, really suits this. And if not, you haven't really done much with him. Why have you brought him back? So yeah, I'm gonna go with Gargano. Gargano is my number 1 pick to win King of the Ring. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Who do you think should win King of the Ring? Let me know everything you want to in the comments, and I'll try and apply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.